Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I am super excited because I'm doing a comparison between two foundations. It is the Pat McGrath Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Foundation and the Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. So I wanted to compare these two because I had made recently a video talking about like my top foundations. Both of these were in that video, but the Armani Luminous Silk was like my #1. But I've kind of noticed that things have been changing for me a lot lately, and I've been grabbing for this and obsessing over this like crazy. And I feel like every time I wear this, I get so many questions about it and I get so many compliments on how my skin looks because of it. So I was like, why don't I compare them and see which one I think is more worth it if you're gonna be spending your money on a high-end foundation, because they're both kind of up there in price. So a little bit different from what I usually do, which is my drugstore versus high-end, but still very similar. I'll still let you guys know which one is a winner. I'm gonna show you on both sides what is what, all that fun stuff. So we're gonna talk makeup. Before we do, please make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Just really helps the channel grow, helps me out, and you guys get 3 videos a week, so I appreciate it so much if you do. Thank you. But if you want to see me compare these two foundations, then stay tuned for the rest of the video. Alright guys, so this is pretty much gonna go exactly the same way as all my other drugstore versus high-end, but I guess this is high-end versus high-end videos. So I'm just gonna read up on the details about both of them, and then I'm gonna try one on one side, one on the other side. I'll show you guys like little differences that I see, and then I'm gonna apply the rest of my makeup to see how other products react with both of these products, and then I will let you guys know which one I think is more worth your money. So I have them pulled up on Sephora, which is where I got both of them, and I'll link both in the description box for you guys too. So the first one I have pulled up is the Pat McGrath Sublime Perfection Foundation. I have mine in the shade 14. It is light medium 14. As far as like a little description goes, it says a long wearing customizable foundation that builds from sheer to medium coverage in a wide range of universal hues that manifest the ultimate sublime skin standard. And this is a medium coverage, natural finish. Of course, it's a liquid formula. It is for normal, dry, combo, and oily skin, so it's good for everybody. It also says a Vita Serum Complex moisturizes and helps fight the appearance of wrinkles, while Diamond Core Powder technology enhances skin's texture and helps smooth and blur the appearance of fine lines, pores, and imperfections. The silky, weightless formula imparts a filtered, soft focus luminosity. Already sounds amazing. Like, you already know this is gonna be good, just the way that they describe it. And of course, it is the standard 1.18 fluid ounces, so it's a little bit more in there. And then next up, of course, we have the Armani Beauty Luminous Silk Perfect Glow Flawless Oil-Free Foundation, and mine is in the shade 7. This one is 1 fluid ounce, so there's a little bit less in here than there is in the Pat McGrath. Both stunning packaging. Like, I don't even know which one I like more because they both look so good. Anyways, back to this. Oh, I forgot to mention, this one is $68. This one, the Armani Beauty, is $64. So there is a $4 difference, and the Pat McGrath has a little bit more product in it than the Armani one does. Anyways, like I said, I have shade 7. It says an award-winning oil-free foundation that delivers buildable medium coverage and a luminous, glowy skin finish for a natural makeup look. Medium coverage, natural finish, and then of course also a liquid formula. It also says this lightweight foundation is formulated with microfill technology, allowing buildable color pigments to lay flat for seamless blending and layering. Inspired by Charmeuse silk, this liquid foundation creates an airbrushed, silky skin appearance and a naturally radiant, lit from within glow. Amazing. And they sound very similar as far as their descriptions go, if you ask me. And I kind of feel like they are pretty similar. in my opinion, they both give you like a really nice, natural, like radiant glow to your skin. I feel like they both do a really good job of covering things up. They just both like hit all the points that I want, of course, which is why they're two of my favorite foundations. So, of course, I already know I'm gonna like both. It's just a matter of which one I'm gonna like more and which one I think is more worth your money. So this is gonna be very interesting. I am a little bit nervous, I'm not gonna lie, but we're just gonna get into it. I'm not gonna do too much more talking because I wanna see what these look like next to each other. So I'm first taking the Pat McGrath. I'm gonna put it on this side of my face, my left, and I'm using my beauty blender to blend it in because that's what I usually do with both of these. So let's just get started. Okay, so I just applied both of them. I don't know if you guys are noticing what I'm noticing, but when I applied each one separately, they had a really different color when I was initially applying them. Like, I feel like the Pat McGrath came off more yellowy right in the beginning, and then the Armani one came off more like red undertone-ish right off the bat, but right now they look exactly the same. Like, I feel like there's no difference in color really on my face. So that's super interesting to see. I legit was sitting here for like a good 3 minutes, just like examining my face really up close. And I honestly could not really tell much of a difference between the two, as crazy as that sounds. I feel like both of them look so beautiful on my face. And both of them are just doing all the right things for me that I'm a little bit confused right now, honestly. I will say that I noticed I have a little bit of dryness on my chin area. And this is like the tiniest difference in the world. You probably would not notice it if I wasn't saying it. But I feel like right here on the Armani side, you can notice a teensy weensy bit more that it's like kind of like holding on to drier areas right there. Versus on the Pat McGrath side, it's not really doing that for me at all. And then I also noticed that right here, you can tell that it settled into my fine lines more than it did on the Pat McGrath side. So that's really the only thing that I noticed. As far as the pores go, I feel like both of them look exactly the same. I'm not wearing any kind of pore filling primer or anything like that. So this is just what the foundations are doing for me on their own. And I feel like they're both giving me the same thing as far as the pores go. They both did a really great job of covering up any blemishes that I had, and I had them on both sides. So I feel like they definitely both are more of a medium coverage kind of foundation. I really don't see much of a difference. I don't know. This is gonna be a tough one, you guys. I'm gonna put on the rest of my makeup right now and see if that makes any kind of difference, and then I will come back and give you guys my thoughts, but I'm definitely confused right now, so give me a minute and I'll be right back. Okay guys, I am back. I put on the rest of my makeup. I went a little bit lighter today, but so I just spent another 3 minutes-ish staring at myself in the mirror, trying to figure out if there are any big differences that I can spot. And I honestly don't notice anything. It's insane. Literally, I was staring at myself full force, trying to like eye every little detail. And I'm like, there's really not much of a difference at all. The only thing that I pointed out was the fact that the Armani side was clinging to my dry areas a little bit more than the Pat McGrath side. And when I was looking at myself again, I kind of felt like around my pore area, I felt like the Armani side looks a little bit smoother than the Pat McGrath side. I don't know if you guys can even tell because it's hardly even a noticeable difference. I'm just nitpicking because I have to come up with some kind of a difference. So I noticed that this side just looks a little tiny bit smoother than this. But again, it's nothing that a pore filling primer wouldn't fix. And it's never been an issue for me with either one. I've never felt like my pores were like accentuated or standing out or anything like that with either of these foundations. They feel exactly the same on my face too. I will say, again, tiny difference. I almost feel like this side feels a tiny bit more dry than this side just when I touch them. But it's nothing that's noticeable. Again, it's nothing that would bother me throughout the night. It's nothing that is a deal breaker for me. It's just what I'm noticing, which correlates with this right here. Other than that, there's like no difference. It's insane how similar these were. And I never thought about it like this either. I never thought that these two were like practically identical to each other. I always thought that they were very different in their own ways. Of course, they're both medium coverage. They're both like a natural radiant finish. So they're very similar in those aspects, but I just never put the two together in my head. And I was thinking about it today and I'm like, okay, well, I've been grabbing for this one like crazy when I want my skin to look perfect. And I was thinking to myself, like, why? Because this one is typically like my go-to, my number one that I know is not gonna fail me. But this one has been like my go-to lately that I've just been nonstop using. So I thought, why not compare them and see if there's any difference? And that's why I love both of them so much, because they're pretty much exactly the same. It's crazy. And I don't know if you guys are noticing as far as like makeup on top goes, but I feel like they look, again, the same as far as the way that the makeup melted in with the foundation and everything. They both look flawless. So I guess if I absolutely had to choose one right now to be like the best of the best, my number one, right now, I don't know if this is gonna change sooner or later. It probably will because I love foundation. But right now, just what I've been grabbing for a ton and what I've been obsessing over and what I've just been really getting complimented on like crazy and just feeling good wearing, I think it's gonna be, for now, the Pat McGrath foundation. But again, it's this much of a difference, like literally like this. It's hardly anything. And that's just because this side feels a teensy weensy bit more hydrating and it's not clinging on to any of my drier areas. But they're both so worth your money. They're so similar in price too. Of course, this one's a couple dollars extra and it has a little bit more product in it. The packaging of both of these is stunning and it's top of your vanity worthy on both sides. So I just feel like every aspect of both of these is perfect. And if you have one and not the other, trust me, you're not missing out. They're both freaking amazing and neither of them you're gonna regret. So I feel like either way you go, either one that you've been thinking about buying, or if you are thinking about getting both, you're not gonna be disappointed. I'm definitely not sad that I have both. They're both perfect. They're both amazing. They both do wonders for my skin. And I know every time I wear both of these, I'm gonna feel good, I'm gonna look good, I'm gonna be getting compliments on my skin. So I definitely think both are worth your money, but I just have to say right now, I really think this one takes it home. This one is the winner to me. This is like my number one foundation right now. I'm just obsessed and I can't get enough of it. It's just like flawless. When you put it on your skin, you're literally flawless. So I have to give it to this one. But both are amazing. So that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed this. It was definitely an interesting one that I was not expecting. So comment and let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you guys noticed any differences on each side of me that I maybe didn't catch. I'd love to hear your thoughts, and also if you've tried one or both of these, I want to hear your thoughts on these foundations as well. And just say hello because I love talking to you guys. But yes, comment, give this video a thumbs up, and please subscribe to my channel. But stay tuned and I will see you guys in the next one.